Alright, I got the donuts from 7-Eleven. I'm gonna go home, get changed, grab the wife, grab the baby. He's not a baby, he's a giant, mean kid. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Thick and Chunky Show. I'm your host, Mr. Corey Styles, and today I have a special review for you. I'm with my wife, who for some reason is looking away from the camera. I'm with my wife today. My wife is a big donut fan, and today's my last day of vacation, also my cheat day. I thought, how better to spend the day than to jump around to a bunch of different places and try their donuts, find out which one's best. 7-Eleven, surprisingly enough, has a really good donut, and there's a Thriftway in the little town we live in called Cutsforth, and they have a really good donut. So first, we're gonna try the 7-Eleven one. I already went in there and got them. So first stop is gonna be 7-Eleven. We're gonna get the 7-Eleven donuts and go from there. Because those ladies are kind of high-tempered. They won't even let me wear my hoodie in there. So I went in there and got those ones first, and we're gonna cut over to Cutsforth and get some donuts from there. I think we're also gonna stop by Heavenly Donuts, Krispy Kreme's, what's the name of the other place?
Big Ben.
Big Ben Donuts in Milwaukee, Oregon. But first, we're gonna try the 7-Eleven donuts. So they didn't have any apple fritters, which I figured everybody would have an apple fritter. So I tried to get 2 donuts that everybody will have, one of which is the maple bar. So the lady at 7-Eleven said that these donuts come from Canada every single day, fresh from Canada. So Canadian maple bar should be the best, ideally, right? Because anything maple syrup, anything you can do. Cheers.
Is it good?
So it's very rich and thick. The donut's good consistency. What do you think?
It's good. I like donuts.
I like donuts. The other one that I figured they would all...
Shouldn't have done that.
Okay, so this is an old-fashioned glazed. I figured every place should have an old-fashioned glazed. It's not wet like a Krispy Kreme. That's the problem I have with Krispy Kreme, is I don't like the wetness.
When the light's on at Krispy Kreme and you have the hot donut, that's gonna beat this.
You think the hot one's better than this?
Yes, a warm,
warm, messy donut? We'll see. And then I thought each place should have a wild card donut. The donut that I consider the best donut from 7-Eleven are these vanilla bars. They're filled with frosting, like almost like whipped cream. So, yeah.
Ready?
Their maple bar and the stuff on the top is amazing. It's fluffy. It has substance when you bite into it. But with these ones, the kicker is that filling. The filling it's like a sweeter, thicker, richer whipped cream. It's a mixture between whipped cream and frosting, maybe, huh? It's delicious. Alright, so that's 7-Eleven's donuts. Now we're gonna move on to Cutsforth's. Is that how you say it?
I think so.
Now we're gonna move on to the Cutsforth's Thriftway here in this town and try their donuts, because their donuts I hear are excellent. Alright, so here we are at Cutsforth's. This is where I believe is going to have the best donuts of the day. These donuts, even for a supermarket, are delicious. They're big, and they got a huge variety. Alright, so I got the donuts from Cutsforth's. First, we're going to try the maple bar. I'm just going to take a bite, and I'm going to hand it to you, and you can take whatever you want.
It looks bigger than the other one. It smells more mapley too.
The donut itself feels more fluffy.
I like the dough of this one better.
So far, I'd say that this one, as far as quality-wise, is a better donut. A maple bar is a fairly standard thing. These are actually less expensive, but bigger than the ones from 7-Eleven.
That's what she said. You actually can taste like the friedness a little bit of the dough.
The dough.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you said taste? I'm just kidding. I'm cutting that out.
Yeah,
Stop it.
You are.
Alright. So the idea is to have a bite of each donut. We're going through 15 donuts. The wife doesn't understand. She thinks I take a bite and she finishes the donut.
You don't make the rules of the donut.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. This is the regular glazed. This is way better than the 7-Eleven one.
The glaze in that one's better. I didn't like the glaze on the 7-Eleven one.
The last donut that I grabbed from there is a chocolate covered, I think it's called a chocolate covered perishing. It's like a cinnamon roll with chocolate on it. You're not a big fan of that one?
No.
I like it because I think the two flavors taste cool together. So Cutsforth's, in my opinion, better than 7-Eleven. Let's continue this journey. Here we are at Heavenly Donuts. We'll jump in here and see what they got. Alright, so we have already discovered that the best donut in Canby is at Cutsforth's Thriftway. But this is a Portland test. So what we have here is Heavenly Donuts, Big Ben Donuts, and Krispy Kreme. You ever heard of Big Ben?
Never heard of it.
So I'd never heard of it until people started talking about it on the internet. And it was like, it's like a British themed donut shop.
Do Brits eat donuts?
I don't know.
I thought they eat biscuits and
Yeah.
tea. Now a disclaimer, I've never been a fan of glazed donuts.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either.
You wouldn't know that by looking.
This is Heavenly Donuts.
Yes.
Alright, that's good.
It's like a croissant.
Yeah, it's good.
That's actually really soft.
You almost chalk that up to savory.
It's not overly sweet, but it's delicious. This one is from Big Ben Donut.
Is this the other glaze?
Yep.
Okay. So this one wasn't as good as the other one.
Mm-mm.
Heavenly so far, the glaze took it. What do you think?
I like this one better. The Big Ben one.
The second one?
Really? I thought the Big Ben one was kind of weird.
Mm.
We did have 7-Eleven one, and it was terrible. Alright, Krispy Kreme's
So
version.
these ones are way better when their red hot light is on.
Sounds sticky.
How's your donut?
I don't know.
You don't.
Krispy Kreme's a really sweet donut, but consistency, I mean, that's a good donut. I think that, in my opinion, glazed donut wise, I hate to say it, but I think the Krispy Kreme one probably tastes the best. I did like the airiness of the first one, but I think flavor wise, the Krispy Kreme one was better.
I could eat two of the first one, the Heavenly Donuts. I felt like the Heavenly didn't give me too much sweet, which would allow more longevity in the eating game. So if I was gonna pick one and not feel like that sugar, like disgusting feel, I would go with the Heavenly. I thought it was better, but second and sweeter was the Krispy Kreme, and then last and more dense too. It's important to talk about. Density was that middle one.
For the sake of the fact that you like the chocolate bar so much, let's go to the chocolate bar next.
Okay.
This one over here, this one over here.
Heavenly.
Heavenly Donuts. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan, man.
I had high hopes. It didn't come through
And
for me.
what was this?
Moving on. This is the Big Ben one.
There's a theme here with their dough. It's a thicker, heavier.
It is. And less emphasis on the sugar, and I think maybe that's because it's non-American. And you know how Americans are just heavy on the sugar game all day.
The chocolate's better.
Kind of tastes coffee too.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee. Last chocolate bar is going to be the Krispy Kreme chocolate bar. That's a good chocolate bar. The chocolate's rich, you know what I mean? The donut it's a Krispy Kreme donut. They're all like
I like
picture perfect, you know what I'm saying?
The first one's dough, but this chocolate better. I don't like the coffee taste too much.
I feel like the Big Ben dough was better. But that chocolate I felt was okay. It's weird how palates vary. Like we all are experiencing different things.
It's just a donut eating extravaganza. The last one that's a comparison donut is going to be this maple bar. And this is Heavenly Donuts maple bar. Not very definitive flavor-wise.
No, it's a pushover in the flavor department.
If I'm going to go for a maple bar, I want maple that hits me in the face. You
But
know
it
what I
is
mean?
like very moist,
Yeah.
very soft.
It's definitely not a dry donut. You're not gonna be. These are gonna last out in the break room for a couple hours and probably still be good. Ooh.
I feel that pillow. That
This
pillow.
one from Big Ben Donuts, man. The consistency is nutty. It's thick. You can squeeze it. It's moldable. It's like clay.
Mm-hmm. That's a good maple bar though.
It's good. Still not a ton of maple.
I do like that dough though.
That dough, yeah. It's filling for sure. All right. This is the maple bar from
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme's.
Right away, a punch of sugar.
Yeah. It doesn't necessarily taste maple, it tastes sugar.
It's super sweet.
I don't like that one at all. I like the one from the Thriftway bakery.
Yeah, the Thriftway bakery, I wish I had one that we didn't annihilate in the car to give to you, because that one was the best. Cutsforth bakery from Canby has the best maple bar of anything we tried today.
Was that just hunger when you guys got the first few donuts? You guys
So
were like,
the reason why I added them to the mix is because they have amazing donuts for a store. They're handmade fresh every day. They're not like frozen donuts.
Thriftway?
Yeah.
wow.
Because it's a small owned Thriftway in Canby, so they do it right. All right.
This one I'm excited
You have
about.
a messy hand.
This one's not comparing anything.
No, this one right here. When I went to Big Ben's, they had one that was Choco peanut butter.
Is that peanut butter?
Yeah,
Oh.
and I just felt obligated to give it a try. So Big Ben, this is the first time I ever even heard of this place. Choco peanut butter donut from Big Ben.
Come here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. winner chicken dinner. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
That's the best donut I had all day.
where's this thing been my whole life? Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
try that.
I know.
Just try a bite.
You'll be cheating yourself.
That's a made up reaction.
No,
That's a
I
reaction to
don't
somebody
like-
who wants the vanilla bar from 7-Eleven.
She works for Krispy Kreme. She was a plant. She's planted here to ruin Big Ben.
Alright, so overall, if you had to say we're going to a place, which place would you have picked?
Not Krispy Kreme. If you said Heavenly's around the corner, I would say that's fine. If you said Big Ben was around the corner, I'd be fine with that. But if I had to pick, I guess I'd go with Big Ben for the chocolate peanut butter donut.
I would have picked Heavenly Donuts probably. The best donut I had all day was the Big Ben Choco Peanut Butter. That donut, I would drive out of my way for that donut.
It's a good donut.
What about you?
I would not.
Krispy Kreme all day, every day?
No, I like the maple bar from the Thriftway market.
And Thriftway, so if you are just a local resident like Canby, they have that Cutsforth Thriftway. The donuts there are legit. That maple bar is really, really, really good. Those are well made. But I want to stop by my cousin's house with the 3 Portland donuts. Alright man, thank you for tuning into the Thick and Chunky Show. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Remember, Krispy Kreme donuts are trash. The other ones are the bomb. Alright, put that donut away. You can't eat all the donuts.
I didn't. It's only half.